This is your teacher, your science teacher, Mr. Raul Mendoza, and in this opportunity, I will be explaining how to do the practice activity for this week. Okay? So look, you will have a worksheet called the scientific method matching. Okay? This one here. So the only thing you have to do is to follow the instruction. And the instruction says match the steps of the scientific method with the correct description. So, for example, here you have all the steps from number 1 to number 5. Let's remember, you watched this in the previous videos. Number 1 says everything begins with asking a question, right? So then you make a hypothesis. Number 3 is do an experiment. Number 4 is record your results. And number 5 is come to a conclusion. So whenever you think about the scientific method, you need to give me high five. Yes, there are 5 steps. Well, some people say there are 6, some people say there are 4, but I think it is easier to remember, okay, about the scientific method, the high 5 steps for this method, okay? So look, ask a question. Which description do you think is asking a question? If we scan very quickly, this one is with a question, right? Does a flower survive if I don't water it for 2 weeks? So here you have it. So that's the question. The only thing you will do is to draw a line from here until here. Yes? I advise you to use different colors, okay, or different markers so that you don't get confused. Or simply, you can write a number here. Number 1. You can match with numbers or you can match also by using a line. Just that, I do only one for you, okay? So you need to read the descriptions and you match all the steps of the scientific method with the correct description. That's going to be all for today. Also, okay, you will receive in the production activity an empty page, okay, where you will need to find your own experiment, okay? You will need to complete an empty of this scientific method organizer, and you will need to do a simple experiment, okay? You don't need to get complicated. For example, look what I have here. Look, yes, this is a whistle, right? So I observe the whistle. It's a simple object, but I have a doubt. I have a question. I have a curiosity about this whistle. My curiosity is what will happen if I cover half of this hole here. What will happen if I cover it? So right now I don't cover, it blows, right? But what happens if I cover half of it? Will it blow? Well, you see, right now I am following the steps of the scientific method. I observe something, okay? Then I think about this. I ask myself a question. Then I express my opinion. I make a hypothesis. And this is my hypothesis. Listen, I believe that if I cover half with one finger, half of this hole, the whistle will not sound. That's what I believe. So what I believe will happen is my hypothesis. Then I will do the experiment. My experiment is doing just blowing. Look, I'm covering half, not all. Look in here. I will cover this half. You see, there is still a hole here. Let's see what happens. Yes, I can do the experiment once, twice, just to be sure that maybe my hypothesis was true or maybe it was false. So I can try once or twice to prove it. Okay, the idea is to prove if what you are saying is true or false. Just that. And finally, I record the results. I say, well, try 1, it didn't sound. Try 2, the whistle didn't sound. And try 3, it didn't sound. So I record my results. I can write try 1, try 2, I can record it with steps. And finally, I come to a conclusion. So my conclusion will say what happened. So in conclusion, I discovered that If I cover half of the hole in this whistle, it will not sound. So also I can try other whistles, okay, to make my experimentation wider, okay. I can try with other things, with other whistles, small whistles, big whistles. So this is like taking your scientific experimentation farther. But you see, so what I want you to do after you match this worksheet, okay, you will receive an empty one and you need to do your own experiment. Simple one. Okay, I will also give you some ideas. I will put some videos there where you will get some ideas of how to do experiments with simple things that you have at home. Okay, and then the next week you will be presenting your experiments, okay, in the science class. So very simple. Look, you don't need to write a lot. You can follow this example, the matching example. Of course, you will need to put your experiment, your information, and then you will be presenting. And that will be all, okay? And you will be presenting this experiment for the science fair. So that's all. That's all. Scientific method is wonderful. We use it every day. We can use it in simple things. And of course, if you want to do something like more challenging, you can do it. Feel free. Okay. So that's all. That's all for this video. Goodbye. See you.